Hi, my name is Grant with Instrument Technology Corporation. We're the Vivax rep for Northern California, Northern Nevada, Oregon, and Washington. And today we're going to go over a few products that Vivax metrotech manufactures. A couple of their camera systems, the vCam6, the vcammx, and their Cam 3 locator. The vCam6 comes in 3 different lengths. The push rod comes in a 200 foot, 300 foot, and 400 foot. The vCam6 is sold with a stainless steel frame and basket. The unit has 2 locating capabilities. One, a built-in sonde, which is located here in this white cone. The other feature for locating is this post where you can hook on an external transmitter and locate the entire push rod. The camera head is a self-leveling HD camera head, color, fits well in 3 and 4 inch pipe, and if you have any larger pipe you can get various skids for the larger pipe diameters. Talking about the vCam6 monitor, the first thing you want to do when operating is plug in the reel-to-monitor cable, which is this male quick connect connector, and you're going to match, there's a little red dot on here, and you're going to match it with the red dot on the female end, which is located on this side of the monitor, and you plug it in. Then you want to hit the power button, which is this large red button. The screen is a nice size. It's an HD screen. We have a full QWERTY keyboard with some hotkeys. The unit has an internal lithium-ion battery. It lasts about 4 hours on a full charge. To charge the lithium-ion battery, the unit comes with 2 charging cables. One is a regular computer cable that you plug into the side of the machine, and then this side goes into the wall. You can charge the battery this way or run it direct off of a power source. The other option, the unit comes with a 12-volt adapter that you just plug in to this side of the machine, and you can run it off your 12-volt in your vehicle. The vCam6 has an 8x6 inch color screen that's HD. It provides the operator with a nice view of the pipe. The vCam6 has 2 ways to record. One is an internal hard drive, which has about 1 terabyte of memory. The other option is to record directly to a thumb drive or an SD card. On the screen, we have a time, date, and a digital distance counter that counts the footage of your cable that you push out into the pipe. On the front panel, we have a set of buttons, and right now I will go over them. This large red button powers the machine on and off. Okay. Above that, we have a microphone button. There is a built-in microphone button. You'll see 3 tiny holes here. This is the built-in microphone. You have the option to plug in an external microphone as well. This allows the operator to narrate their video while they're cameraing the pipe. The button above that, the green button, is a sonde button, and that activates the sonde in this white cone here. When you hit that button, it turns it to 33 kilohertz. You hit it again, it goes to 512, and you hit it again, and it goes to 640 hertz. So there's 3 different frequencies that you can choose from when operating a sonde. The button to the left of the green button is how you reset your distance counter. So if you push out into pipe and you want to set the distance to 0, you just tap that button and the counter should go back to 0. The dial above this turns the light on and off. On this vCam 6 monitor, there's a row of buttons on the top here. Okay. The one on the far left, the red dot, is the record button. One-touch recording. The button next to it with the camera icon allows you to take a picture, which saves it as a JPEG. There's a pause button, rewind, play, fast forward, and stop while you're reviewing your videos. On the far right, there's a zoom button, and when you hit it once, twice, 3 times, you'll see a red square that pops onto the screen. And you can move this red square anywhere on the screen using the yellow up and down, left and right arrows on the keyboard. When you're focused in within that red box, you hit enter and it zooms in on whatever you're looking at within that red box. Keep in mind that you cannot record the zoom. It's look-see only. On the side of the vCam 6, you have your charging port for the 110. You have audio out, video in, and video out. An RS-232 port, an SD card slot, an HDMI cable slot, and a USB port for recording. On the other side of the monitor, we have a couple ports. One, of course, is the reel-to-monitor cable, as I showed you before. The port above that is for the 12-volt charger. The port above that is a camera test head port, which allows you to isolate the camera head off the reel. You got to take it off first, plug it in here, and you can check and see if your camera head is in proper working order, which bypasses the reel. Perfect for troubleshooting if you have any issues with your camera. The top port is a mini USB port that allows the operator to transfer video for LACP software reporting. On the keyboard, we have a top row of buttons, which are the function buttons, F1 going all the way up to F12. Each of these buttons have a particular function. F1 kind of goes over all the hotkeys and all the icons on the screen. And you can just keep on hitting the F1 button as to exit out of it. The info button, which is F2, as you hit it, it removes the time, date, and footage off the screen to the top of the screen. And when you hit it again, it goes to the bottom. You can type in text on the screen, which shows up as an overlay. And when you hit F3, I've typed in test on the screen. You can see that it changes the color to 4 or 5 different colors to make it more visible, depending on the background of the video. You can also add a background to the text by hitting F4. The function button F3 to F8 control all the text on the screen. So you can type in various things on the screen, and you can change the text color, the background. You can save a page, you can recall a page, delete a page, or delete all of them. You have about 20 different pages of text that show up as an overlay. When you hit F9, you can change the color settings of the screen. The hue, brightness, contrast, saturation, backlight. You can control these by using the up and down, left and right arrows on the keyboard. F10 brings up all your videos that you have recorded, and it shows up in two different tabs. Well, the file shows your video, and then the setup is all the functions internally that you can change. Keep in mind that this unit is also has a touch screen, so you can actually scroll over through the menus by using your fingers and selecting the different items on the screen. F11, you can change the font. Big, small, smaller. F12 activates the Wi-Fi. There's an internal Wi-Fi antenna that allows the operator to stream video to the Vivax metrotech vcammx app. And if you have the menu up or some sort of overlay on the screen and you want to escape out of it, all you have to do is hit the escape button in the far left corner of the keypad, which will bring you back to your regular view. When recording on your vCam 6, all you have to do when you're ready, you just hit the red dot button on top of on the left hand side of the vCam 6 monitor on top, and it will light up, and then you'll see a blinking icon down here, the standard record icon. And now we're actually recording a video. Okay, so when you're done with your video, all you have to do is hit the record button again and it stops the video. If you're in mid-video and you want to pause the video, all you have to do is hit the pause button and hit the pause button again, and then it'll resume the video to where you had left off. To transfer video and to view your video on the vCam 6 hard drive, all you have to do is hit F10, which brings up the File tab. The File tab shows how much memory you have on your hard drive that you have used and how much is remaining. You can navigate all your videos by going into All Files, to Video, or Picture if you have stored any JPEGs on here. And you can scroll through these by either touching the screen, or if you have sewer on your hands, you can use the up and down, left, right arrows on the keyboard. And we recorded a video a few seconds ago, and I'll show you. We can highlight the video, hit the right button, and there's going to be a bunch of videos. I have a list of videos that populate. So you want to hit the enter button to check mark the video, hit the right arrow, and it's going to give you another subset list, and it's going to be play, copy, move, delete, and rename. You can rename all the video files by scrolling down to rename, hit enter, and allow you to put 20 characters as the file name. So in this case, I'll just put test 1, and we'll hit OK, enter. So now, instead of the regular timestamp that it files all the videos by, we have renamed each video individually for a specific, say, address, home, street, etc. To transfer the video off the hard drive onto a different device, such as a USB or SD card, you must first put in the USB or desired SD card. And then we go to File. If it's a video, we go down to Video, hit the right arrow. The submenu will pop up with a list of all the videos that the operator has done. We find the video we want, hit enter, which checks marks the particular video we want to transfer over, and you can do multiple videos at once to transfer over. It just takes a little bit longer. So you check mark the one you want, hit the right arrow again, and in this case we would want to either copy or move the video from the hard drive to the USB or SD card. I have a USB in here right now, and when I go down to copy and hit the right arrow, it's going to say copy to USB. Copy just leaves the video onto the hard drive and copies the video onto the USB. If you move the video, it actually removes the video off the hard drive and puts it onto the USB. Please keep in mind too, not to use your internal hard drive as your primary storage. You always want to make sure that you get in the habit of moving your videos off every so often and kind of starting it in a clean slate. To access the Wi-Fi streaming capability from the vCam 6 monitor to a tablet or phone, the first thing you need to do is download the vCam mobile controller app on the Google Play Store or Apple Play Store. After doing that, you want to turn on your vCam 6 monitor and hit the F12 button, which will turn on the Wi-Fi from the vCam 6 monitor. Then you got to search and find which network it's on. And we can go into settings on this Google device. Go to connections. And we can see here that it's Wi-Fi. It's already connected to vCam 6 and it gives 7 digits, which is part of the serial number. Once we hit that, hit it again, we are now connected. Open the app, select vCam 6 if you're using a vCam 6. Make sure we connect to the monitor, even though there is no internet. And there we have it. Streaming Wi-Fi. To adjust the different features on your vCam 6, you can go to F10, hit menu, go to setup, where you can do various things like see your default storage, format your drive, change your distance counter from metric to imperial, change your date and time, change the frequency of your Sonde. Most importantly, when we go to reel settings, it'll give us an option of different lengths of push rod, whether they are on the CP reel, an M reel, M2 reel, Type C, Type P reel, or an MX. Make sure you select the right length of push rod for whatever particular reel you're using the vCam 6 with. This basically calibrates the distance counter for all the different lengths of push rod. The vCam 6 monitor mounts perfectly on a CP reel, but it doesn't have to. You can take the monitor off by hitting this tab here and removing it so you could view it elsewhere. There's about 12 feet of cable on this reel to monitor cable that will allow you to view your monitor out off the reel. But to set it on the reel, you just clip it in place and lock it, and you're good to go. The vCam MX2 is a nice compact camera system for pipe inspection. The cable lengths on this unit vary from 200 feet, 150, all the way down to 100. Locating capabilities on this machine, we have a built-in sonde, which is this black cone right here. We also have a post that we can clip onto if we have an external transmitter, so we can locate the entire cable. The camera head is a D26 on this particular unit right here, and it's a color self-leveling head, perfect for 3 and 4 inch pipe. There's two options of camera heads for this particular unit. One is the D26 head, good for 3 and 4 inches, color self-leveling, okay? The other option is this tiny D18 camera head, which is, without the skid, it goes about a 3/4 inch OD. And it's interchangeable by screwing off the camera head, like so, and screwing the other one on. So by screwing the D18 on, now I can do 2-inch pipe, 2-inch drain lines, kitchen lines, etc. The vCam MX2, there's a few buttons on the front panel here. One, just red button, powers the unit on. The button underneath resets the counter for the on-screen counter display. This green button here activates the sonde, and the button up here activates the built-in microphone. Over here we have a recording button, which this unit doesn't have an internal hard drive. It records only to USB and SD cards. So to record, you got to put the USB in first. And then we can hit the record button to power it on. This button over here with the camera icon records JPEG, still shots. Zoom button. Stop, pause, rewind, fast forward. To turn the brightness up on the lights, we use the fast forward and rewind buttons to dim the lights down or to dim the lights up. When recording, you want to make sure that you do have a USB or SD card in. You hit the record button here, and then there'll be a red flashing circle in the upper left-hand corner of the screen. We're currently making a video now. To stop the video, we just hit the button again, and it's going to ask us to rename the file. So what we can do is toggle through using these up and down arrow buttons to what we want to save the video as. And then whatever button, whatever letter we want on the keyboard, we just hit the center enter button. And for this one, I'm going to name it test. And we go to done. Then it saves that video with its new name. To access the video, we go to files. And you can see here on this panel of buttons underneath the screen coincide with what's on the screen here. This is not a touch screen, but we can hit the file button and it'll ask us what drive we want to access. I only have a USB in here right now, so I'm going to go to USB, hit that arrow, and it's going to show me all the videos that I've saved on that particular USB or video or pictures. The videos record as an MP4 format, and then the pictures are JPEGs. Now to select whatever video we want on our menu, the videos that we've recorded to our USB, I have my test.mp4 video. I will hit the enter button because it's highlighted, and what it'll do is play it on the screen. To exit out of it, you just hit the return arrow up here underneath the screen. And then we're back into our regular view mode. We have saved a video to the USB. On the screen we have a time, a footage counter, which we can control and zero out by hitting this 0 button. And we also have a date. In the upper right hand corner it tells us that our Wi-Fi is on or off. And we also have a USB in the back port and our battery level. To stream video wirelessly from the vcammx 2 monitor to a tablet or phone, the first thing you have to do is go to the Google Play Store or Apple Store and download the vCam mobile controller app. Next, you want to turn on your vcammx and go to Setup and hit Wi-Fi. There's a little toggle on the far left of the screen that goes from off, and when you hit the coinciding button underneath the Wi-Fi icon, it'll turn the Wi-Fi on. Then it'll display an SSID. Once it's activated on the monitor, we try to find the hotspot on the tablet. We go to Settings, to Connections. Make sure we are connected to the vcammx with 6 digits, which is part of the serial number for that particular unit. Stay connected without internet. From there we can go to the app. Choose vcammx2. Stay connected without internet. And there's our streaming video. If you own a vCam 6 with the CP reel and you have smaller drains to video, smaller drain lines, smaller pipe, where you may like the portability of an MX reel, you can always use the MX reel in conjunction with the vCam 6 monitor. Our basic vCam 3 locator allows a camera operator to locate the Sonde or the cable on either the vCam 6 or the MX. So the power button on the vCam 3 is the red button. Now if you look on the screen, we can change the frequency by hitting the F button, which will change in the upper right hand corner. You just want to make sure to match whatever frequency you're using on the Sonde with the frequency on the locator itself. To change into line locate mode, you hit the far right button and it will change the screen from Sonde mode to line locate. Once again, we can hit the F button to change the frequency in line locate mode. The depth shows up in the upper left hand corner. To navigate through the menu, you hold down the I button and you use your plus and minus buttons to scroll through whatever feature you want. In this case, I chose the frequency mode. The batteries in the V-Lock 3 cam are located underneath the handle of this compartment. The unit comes with 6 AA's, an option to purchase a lithium-ion battery and charger fits in the same container. Using the V-Lock Cam 3 to locate the sonde, you're going to see the depth show up in the upper left-hand corner when over the target, which is a red and green rectangle, which represents the sonde. That needs to be center of the crosshairs. The blue marks in the front and back represent the ghost signals. Those are not the sondes. Locating the vCam 6 without a sonde, you can attach a 1, 5, or 10 watt transmitter to the post located on the left of the reel. Attaching the red lead to the post and the black lead to an independent ground, which will be a ground stake, which will be driven into the earth. Once the ground lead is attached to the ground stake, we're going to turn on the transmitter. We're going to go to 83 kilohertz. With the transmitter set to 83 kilohertz, the milliamps need to read at least 10 milliamps for a good signal. After the box is set up, frequency set, and we're getting good milliamps, we pick up our locator and start tracing out the line. Sweeping left and right to find the highest point in the signal. Once we come over our target line, the depth will show up. So as the locator moves left and right, we're looking for a peak signal. When I come back to the peak signal and the compass runs up and down and highlights blue and I have a reasonable depth, I'm directly over the line. You can use your plus or minus buttons to adjust this gain, which can also be viewed as the sensitivity. As far as accessories go, there's a few that I'd like to mention. One of them is the pipe insertion sleeve. The pipe insertion sleeve is a piece of plastic that you fold up like so, and you insert into a clean out or vent, which allows the cable to run nice and smooth and prevent cable chafing. Each camera system comes with one of these. As far as camera head skids go, for each type of skid we have different sizes. So you can center it in the particular pipe you're in. So whether you're in a 3-inch or 4-inch. We even have skids that go for a 6-inch. An expandable skid with external lighting, LED ring. This one can go all the way up to 12-inch. And I have actually pushed in a 2-foot box drain with something like this, and I pushed about 80 feet, and it worked really well. The last accessory I'd like to talk about is the RATT tray, the rat tray. And basically, this mounts onto the CP reel and allows you to move the monitor up and down and angle the screen on top of the monitor so you can prevent glare from disturbing your view of the screen.